So the euro is coming in to some buying. There was some lovely short covering action around the 133.33 in this euro dollar. And if we take a picture, I want to show you the weekly first actually. And 133.33. Stick that in. It's a nice number to remember, all the threes in there. So I know there are a lot of lines on this, but if you can look through you see the wood through the blinking trees. The trending down here, we made fresh lows, okay, in this euro dollar, only to reverse back above the major structure here around the 124.50 area to trade back to the 133.33. We then failed to make a new low, and we've pushed on. Look at these 2 weeks here. It's a weekly chart, remember, so we had a strong week here and another strong week here, and closing, it's a bit of a squeeze here at the end of last week, which may suggest to us we may get a little bit of a pullback as the trading commences at the beginning of this week coming. Because what this squeeze, when you get a candle like this that's flush up to the weekly highs, it just means that, you know, all the buyers have come in and, you know, bought right up to the end of the week, and there's the suggestion that maybe those buyers would have been exhausted come the beginning of this trading week. Okay. Anyway, this 133.33, this high represents a weekly structure. And we pushed through the 129.20, which are these two highs here, and we've hardly looked back, and we've made a fresh high above the 133.33. So in terms of our structural long, that is the structural long, the 133.33, and we are already above it, as you can see. So we're looking for continuation of this move. And actually, in terms of our structure points, we're gonna have this as the structural long and structural short. Okay. Reason being is because it's a way off to the downside before we get anywhere near a structural short. You know, you'd have to be looking at these lows here. So we'll have the structural short as a kind of failure trade set up. So the 133.33 is a structural long and short, which renders the high of the last day, the 134.94, as our short-term buy, much like the Aussie US dollar. Okay, we've got the Friday's high, the 134.94. $134.94 in green as our buy. Let's go to the 200 tick to get our short point. And these two, the 2-day high and the 1-day high, okay, this is going to be the 134.13, okay, this is going to be our short. 134.13 is going to be our short, because, and we've got it quite, as the 1 day and 2 day high, because as we saw on the weekly, we've got the strong close, the squeeze-like close up against the high. So we can take a very close short here by using the 1 day and 2 day highs to try and capture a pullback in the euro dollar. Okay, so the short point's 134.13. The long stop is going to be the same level. So the short point is going to be our long stop, okay? Because that's the closest point. Obviously, that's the way we trade these levels. If you're long, if you've got a short-term long in here, and it goes through the short-term short point, obviously that's going to be your stop as well. You stop and reverse effectively. All right. So the long stop is 134.13, and the short stop is going to be the 2 day high, the 134.40. Okay, so if we're short here, we have our stop here. If we're long at the last week's highs, the highs from Friday, we have a close stop and reverse here at 134.40. So there's there are two relatively low risk setups there. Okay, so that's the euro dollar. I'll just stop the recording. Bear with me.